Alrighty. As far as how those videos did well, it was just YouTube search algorithm. That was before I ever used Reddit for anything. And I didn't have a... Well, I had subscribers, but not like a super dedicated subscriber base or anything. I do now, but that's all for Street Fighter, so... Like, the reason Neo will do well in the future might be partially because of subscribers now, but it'll probably just do well because I'm a skilled player playing the game, and there aren't very many people doing that. But the reason why Dark Souls did poorly is because, like, several thousand morons that weren't very good at the game, and maybe like a dozen that were, all had access to the game 4 weeks before everybody else, so that killed the search algorithm for absolutely everyone else. But that wasn't a problem with Bloodborne. I was just trying to shoot him once. That would have been sufficient. I guess I should have just mashed circle. I was trying to be smart. Never want to be smart when you're dodging, I always just mash it like crazy. And that works better. I was gonna remark on how fast we killed that guy, because it's way faster than usual. But it wound up not working. So, good thing I didn't say that. The aforementioned morons crest. Oh, it does leave a gap. I've seen that happen before. Was something I wanted to experiment with. But it can hit only one of them if you're at the right position. Makes sense. Making it a destructible environment, which only he can destroy. I don't know where the hell this guy came from. Guess since I'm in the chunk collecting mood, might as well go do that. I don't really feel like clearing out the big room. But Rakuyo is pretty good at it, so maybe I should. It's been a few runs since I've done that. You can definitely hit that guy through the wall, but whatever. One chunk.
You cannot be. Oh, how did this come to pass? Now, wait just a moment. Do you think ill of me? Me? Oh, it pains me to hear it. You've made yourself a misreckoning. I shared with you a thing most secret. Now, you're witness to a miracle, and all the stronger for it. It's plain as a pikestaff. Now, say in my heart, you were as a lamb to my God. Well, you weren't to know, and it wasn't for you to know. All's well that ends well, I say.
All's well, indeed. That's my most successful note. It was not one of the early ones. So I probably made that one like 4 or 5 months after release. So the key to having a note that does pretty well is just play the game for 450 hours. That's the way to do it. Totally realistic. wrong door. It's around here somewhere. Here we are in the land of terrible frame rates. It's a fun spot to test out, like weapon AoEs and stuff, or Tonitrus. For some reason that one aimed off to the left. Oh, there you go. That was like 11 and 1. Just I can't believe the first one got literally one guy, and the one after that killed like half the dudes in the room, or more. Pretty silly. Sorry if I implied that skill matters for YouTube earlier. That's not necessarily the case. Skill matters for getting likes, and likes get you more views, sort of. But if you're a small channel, you're never going to get enough likes for it to matter. So that part doesn't matter. Maybe if you beg your subscribers like a fucking sellout piece of shit, then sure. But if you're just a normal person who doesn't like doing that garbage, then you're just gonna get, 10 to 15 likes a video or whatever, and you need hundreds or thousands for it to matter. Ergo, skill doesn't actually matter. What matters is, like, the title of your video, whether people search for that kind of thing, and how early you do it is the big thing. My two most profitable videos are Helldivers, and they're both from very, very early in the game's life, like day 3 or 4 maybe, and they were on the hardest difficulty. And that was before I was ever particularly good at the game. I am one of the best Helldivers players. Probably the best against 2 other factions, not the best against the other faction. But any stuff I put up now, which would show that, I'm the X amount of skill demonstrated, wouldn't really get that many views. But those old videos where I kinda sucked and played generic strategies, I mean, I played smart, but the strategies were still generic. Those ones generate more revenue than the cost of the game. And that's sort of the mystery, the conundrum. Of course, with Street Fighter it's different because I could make it through a different community. The problem is we don't have any Frenzy Resistance right now, that's why I died. So what we do is just go to the Hunter's Dream and sell off all my Insight. Or I could put on the Grey Wolf armor. But I kind of feel like keeping the Executioner's armor for a bit, so we'll go do the other option. With Reddit you can build up a viewership, well, that's not even true. With Reddit you can build up a viewership, but it has to be in a very specific size of game. Like, it's literally impossible to build up a Hearthstone viewership if you wanted to, through Reddit. It's just gonna be people supporting like 3 or 4 gigantic fucking huge streamers. Maybe not 3 or 4, like a dozen. And that's it. And everybody else has no fucking chance in hell. But for smaller games, or which Street Fighter is a smaller game, ironically, than a random card game, it is possible to build up a viewership over time, or if you're doing something that no one else is doing. Like showing Brazilian players, Brazilian matches, for instance, in Street Fighter V. No one else does that. So that's one way to support yourself. Of course, right now my viewership is like 13% Japanese, so that's why I stream at 10 in the morning. That's because it appeals to the Japanese audience. That was the objective there. It would have to be Nightmare, right? Indeed. Usually I just have enough frenzy to eat one on this trip, but used to be I would just put on Ashen every time, but lately I've been wearing gear that has a decent amount of frenzy resistance. Executioner is obviously not one of those sets of armor. I failed to roll spam, how dare I? The other main thing with YouTube is that if a game is a week old or 2 weeks old, it's pretty much a dead game forever. There are obviously exceptions. In the case of Street Fighter, nobody wants to play the game, but everybody enjoys watching really good players play it, and they will forever. But they don't actually want to play it because it's old. It's older than a day. I don't know what the fuck. These spiders should straight up not be here. This has never happened ever. Fucking once. Never fucking once. I ran to the left. I ran up the stairs. Like, did I move up here too far? What the fuck caused this guy to drop? You kidding me? I don't know. When shit happens that's inconsistent, that aggravates me a lot. Sorry. Because I just want it to be a similar run every time, so that it's a test of skill and not a test of random AI shit. Oh well. Anyway, here's Harry Potter. He's the other hard NPC we have to fight this run. We don't have to fight him, but we do have Rakuyo, might as well try. Fuck your lame-ass spider bullshit. What the fuck weren't you doing at the front of the gate earlier, you piece of garbage? Of course, Harry Potter can hit for like 1600 damage, so having a random asshole spider at the same time, pretty annoying. But we got him. Incidentally, maybe the smoothest Harry Potter fight in like 10 rounds, so. Despite me getting annoyed by the random ass spiders. I'll have to look and see how far forward I moved. I don't think I moved that far forward. I'm pretty sure I just went to the stairs. But whatever. Every once in a while, these assholes will follow you pretty well as well. Don't know why. They're mostly dangerous because they can knock you off the ledge. Vast majority of the time, they will not follow you down the stairs. But today they did. So even though I knocked that guy back, I could probably still hit him. No, not quite. Oh, we can hit him this way for sure. That's actually quite good as long as we don't aggro crossbow guy. I think firing the gun will aggro them, but whatever. Oh, and down we go. Okay, this time I'll just run through. No need to fight all that trash. This spot's always pretty inconsistent between Harry Potter and obviously the spiders being fucking retarded for no reason. And the fat dudes are just not very good enemies. They're not shit design. Like, it's easy to see shit design when it pops up in your face. Like Wretch Feeders in Salt and Sanctuary, that's just garbage. That's just, I'm an indie developer, I put this piece of trash in my game and I'm an idiot because I didn't ask anyone to test the game. Or I wouldn't listen to anyone who did test it. But, the fat dudes are just kind of annoying, they're not that terrible. The giant fish monsters are like that too. As far as being shit design, they're much worse than anything in the regular game. But that happens with DLC a lot, especially in the Souls franchise. Okay, so I walked up these stairs. Here I am at the top of the stairs. There's not 7 fucking spiders following me. Interesting. I think I moved forward a little bit, but not that far. Still weird me out. Okay, I give up. And the little shits are chasing me again. They never do this, or they do it like 1 out of 50 times. What inspires Down syndrome? It's only the people across the street have not really been that annoying today, despite my blatant misanthropy. Of course, I've never spoken with them at all. Because who the hell talks to their neighbors anymore? Nobody. Everyone just sits around and rants on the internet. It's actually true, by the way. It's kind of... I'm making fun of myself, but at the same time, it's totally accurate. Okay. I think the find note actually did something, so that's nice. Usually they don't do that. Maybe it was because it was a melee range. And so this is exactly where I was last time. And he aggroed. But this time he's like, nah. Oh, hey. Oh, how you doing, fat ass? Okay, I'm gonna get him to walk around this thing. And then I'll just go to the elevator. We can 8 double arrows right there, which would almost kill us, but probably not quite. I am actually talking pretty well today, so that means I'll probably play like shit. I'm not really playing that poorly, but I've died a couple of times, which is different than the first Rakuyo stream, where I didn't die almost the entire time. But I'm happy that I was able to articulate myself well. What a wonderful, wonderful thing.